Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're doing something a little different. We're peeling back the layers on the very start of a really compelling new book.
Yeah, one that's already got people talking.
Exactly. We're diving into the first two chapters of A Serelum Erich and Montmartre Arnyakaban, which translates to The Power of Love in the Shadow of Montmartre, first volume.
Quite a title. Sets a mood already.
It really does.
Yeah.
And our mission really is to look at what makes this story grab you right from page one. You know, the characters, the setting, the central conflict that's simmering just below the surface.
Sort of a sneak peek to show why it's, well, more than just your average historical romance.
Precisely.
Yep.
So let's set the scene. Imagine Paris, spring 1920. The city's just starting to breathe again after World War I.
You've got the Roaring Twenties kicking off the jazz, the flapper dresses.
Neon lights starting to appear on those old streets. Oh. It's this moment of, rebirth almost. A collective exhale. Mm. But then, right in the middle of all this energy, we meet Colette and Erich. Young couple, seems romantic.
Mm-hmm.
But you immediately sense there's something complicated.
Yeah, there's this heavy secret hanging over them. Their peace feels, well, incredibly fragile.
It does. And that sets up this great question right away. Why does this vibrant, liberated Paris feel like, as the book hints, a gilded cage for them? How does the author create that sense of entrapment so quickly?
Well, chapter 1 does it beautifully with the imagery, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. You're dropped right into this soft spring evening, neon reflecting on the wet cobblestones, maybe, the Seine flowing quietly.
And the Eiffel Tower looming over it all, a symbol of, well, grandeur, but maybe secrets too for them.
Right, because Paris is supposed to be embracing life, the mad 20s leaving the war behind.
But Colette and Erich aren't really part of that carefree vibe, are they? They're in Trocadero Park, quieter, under the tower.
And it feels less like a symbol of triumph for them, more like refuge, a hiding place almost.
Oh, I think so. And the details the author uses are key. Colette's fingers gripping Erich's hand tightly.
Yeah, and her eyes, they show love, sure, but also this painful understanding, the book calls it.
Mm-hmm. And Erich, he looks young, but the war is still etched on him, even in civilian clothes. That slight German accent.
A constant reminder he doesn't quite belong, except with her. Paris is only home because of Colette. It's such a poignant way to introduce them.
It really is. And what's fascinating, I think, is how their core conflict comes out almost immediately. Not through some clunky exposition dump, but just their words.
Yeah, Colette whispers something about walking freely. Like this, instantly tells you this freedom is new or rare.
Exactly. And Erich's reply, wow, he says, home, I can't go there, but here I am, home, with you.
Oof, that hits hard.
It does, because home clearly means Germany, a place he can't return to. Fear, loss, and with you is all his hope, but it also underlines how isolated they are.
And then the book just reviews it.
Right away. Erich was a German soldier. He deserted. And Colette's family hid him during the war.
An incredible risk for them.
A massive risk. So their love wasn't just found, it was forged in that fear. It had to be stronger than national hatred, than everything.
Which immediately raises huge questions for the reader. The war's over, okay, but the danger hasn't just evaporated.
Not at all. It's shifted. How can they possibly live openly? A German deserter harbored by a French family? In 1920s Paris, one's a supposed hero, the other a traitor.
Can love actually survive that? The politics, the suspicion, the literal legal danger.
That's the core tension, isn't it? This isn't a simple romance. It's about survival, defiance.
Definitely. And it creates this constant underlying threat, even in peacetime Paris.
Yeah.
And just as you're absorbing that, the author throws in another layer of suspense.
Ah, the uncle.
Yes. Colette mentions, almost casually, tonight we still have to go to my uncle's. He said he has something important to tell us.
And the mood just plummets, doesn't it? You feel Erich tense up immediately.
You do, because this uncle, Monsieur Dubois, he's described as what? Old-fashioned, proud Frenchman.
Mm-hmm. And crucially, while he helped save Erich, his trust in him is explicitly called fragile.
That's such a key detail. It loads that upcoming meeting with so much potential danger.
Absolutely. It's great foreshadowing. So when Erich says, I hope it's good news, his voice gives him away. It sounds hollow.
He knows better.
He knows good news is rare when you're living with secrets that big. It perfectly captures that irony. They're in this vibrant city, but they're still trapped by their past. You feel his dread.
Okay, so chapter 2 picks up right there. with them leaving Trocadero as night really falls. And again, that contrast is so strong.
It really is. The author paints this picture of Paris coming alive at night. The smell of bakeries, the sound of jazz.
Metal chairs scraping on terraces, laughter, snatches of fast French conversation.
You see the flapper girls, the gentlemen with mustaches. There's this almost frantic energy, like the city's trying to make up for lost time.
But this lively external world just highlights their internal state, doesn't it?
Exactly. Erich is watching Colette, and he sees her usual spark, sure, but underneath, he notices that fragile, restrained worry in her eyes.
Because they both know this visit to the uncle isn't just social.
No way. Monsieur Dubois is serious business. He took a huge risk helping Erich, and you get the sense he hasn't forgotten Erich is German, or the danger involved.
So even amidst the celebration of peace, their love story has this constant hidden cost.
It keeps that tension simmering beautifully.
And then there's that powerful image as they cross the Seine.
Yes, on the bridge, looking down at the boats.
Boats with laughing couples, totally oblivious. Paris looks beautiful, glittering.
But for them, the author explicitly says it still seemed like a gilded cage.
That phrase again, it's so perfect.
It really is. It sums up their whole predicament. Forbidden love, fate hanging by a thread, national wounds still raw. They look free, but they're prisoners of their choices, their history.
That juxtaposition, their quiet fear against the joyful sounds from the river, it really drives home the weight of their secret. Makes you ache for them, almost.
Definitely. And notice how the setting shifts as they walk towards the uncle's place.
Yeah, it gets quieter, more respectable. Bourgeois.
Exactly. Elegant buildings, plane trees, quiet prosperity, and old traditions, the book says. Less showy.
Which maybe feels even more confining, more judgmental.
Could be. It certainly feels like moving into a world where secrets might be harder to keep or judged more harshly if discovered.
And the chapter ends with such specific, almost tactile details. The massive wooden gate.
The cold brass doorknob. You feel Erich's hand on it, the chill of the unknown.
Colette looks back at him. That silent exchange.
Yeah.
Then she lets go of his hand and rings the bell.
Boom. End of chapter. It's perfectly done, leaves you hanging, desperate to know what happens next. What does this proud Frenchman have to say?
It's such a cliffhanger. So, okay, recapping just these first two chapters of A Cyril Lemaitre.
Yeah.
Wow. We've got this gorgeous but tense post-war Paris setting that's practically a character itself. We've got this incredibly romantic but also super high-stakes forbidden love story, Colette and Erich. Their bond feels so real, forged in danger.
And it's all wrapped up in secrets, tension, that lingering trauma of the war. It feels authentic.
You just can't help but get pulled into their situation, can you?
Yeah.
Caught between this powerful love and the, frankly, terrifying reality of their past.
Absolutely. And that final moment at Monsieur Dubois' door, it just crystallizes the central question, doesn't it?
Which is?
Well, what's he going to reveal? Is it news that offers them some kind of stability, some hope for their fragile peace? Or is it something that's going to shatter everything?
Right. Will it bring relief or pull them deeper into the shadows?
Exactly. The way it's set up, you have to know. Can their love survive what's coming? Or will the past finally catch up?
Here's where it gets really interesting.
Yeah.
Because these chapters do such a brilliant job setting the stakes, making you care about Colette and Erich immediately.
They really do.
So if you're feeling that hook, if you need to know what happens when that door opens, well, you'll definitely want to grab a Cyril Erich Montmartre Arnikaban and keep reading.
See how this incredible story unfolds?
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive today.
Yeah, great discussion.
We'll catch you on the next one.